Hello, hello. Give it about 2 to 3 minutes and jump in. What I'm seeing for GJ. It'll strictly be technical, which is in bio. There will be no fundamental opinion. What's up, Elvis? Yeah, it's been a minute. It has been a minute. What's up, Calvin? Did I even remember how to do this? Gold cells, nice. Another minute or so. Hmm. Alright. I think 4 minutes is long enough. It's gonna be a quick one anyway, so you can always rewatch it. So GJ, I know what I'm seeing. Last week did not close how I wanted it to. So I need more information in terms of the weekly where we're going. Still think we're going down back to kind of our main uptrend support. So looking at the monthly, we'll start there. Monthly's just stuck in this range here and here, and say 150, 158-ish. 150, yeah, 157 is even better. So 157 and excuse me, you do the wicks looking like 149 is where our monthly is sitting. So last week we had this close here at this resistance, and the idea there was that we returned to the kind of middle of the range. So we got this range here to here, but we also had support here, resistance there, and across the board kind of going left and right there. So we were expecting price to return here, and then from there we would either close underneath and then return here, or if we rejected here, then we would be staying in the top part of the range and potentially be going back up or waiting for a close underneath to continue down. So that week, 2 weeks ago, not 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, we closed below, right? What I was looking for happened. And this week, this weekly candle here from last week, I was anticipating that with this strong close, we were going to be filling this range to the bottom and then getting back to our main uptrend weekly support, you could say. So if we zoom out on the weekly, we're in this massive uptrend, right? But now since March 15th of 2021, we have created this range. Price made a higher high here to that one. This one we didn't make a higher high, and we've not broken any higher low here, so we're just ranging, going sideways. But now that we closed underneath, and then we had this. I'm looking at it right now as a retracement, depending on how Monday and Tuesday close. I'll have more information if we're going to be pushing back into this range above here and pushing back up here, or just pulling back, creating resistance. We created a low, we'll create a lower high, and then we'll return back to it, which is what I'm expecting. But Monday, Tuesday are going to kind of determine what happens there. So daily, if we do start close, so this daily needs to close above here. That's what I'm looking at for Monday. If we close above here, then okay, the chances of us continuing back into this range are much greater now. But if we don't and we close underneath, ideally that'd be a bearish close, and then we could start returning to these lows. There's one more point to that. But if we do get above here, I'm expecting price to return back to that resistance we made 2 weeks ago. Very light. 2 weeks ago. Because we got a clean move up to there. So that's kind of the weekly daily target if we get above here. And the idea is we don't. If we do, we got a plan for that. But the weekly buys for me so far, depending on what we do here, is going to be sells. And we need to close under here. Once we do that, we kind of got a first target there. And then we got our next target, and then we have our overall weekly target, which is down here. Those are kind of two main levels that I'm kind of looking for, as well as, so I don't trade the trend line, but visually, just so we can see, price is not coming down right now. Overall, the idea and my plan is that we do come down, we reject up here. This is just a retest of this break, and then we return back down to here. But until we stop moving in this upward motion, we're not coming down yet. So ideally for me, where are these little tools at? I want to see us come down, break this structure. This is kind of the key area for me. Break that structure, and then wherever we lower high here, I don't care, it doesn't matter. I just want to see this here, break structure, and then pull back. So now we got a target. We're no longer in this upward motion, and we can start continuing down, matching the higher time frames. That is that. And that kind of hit my 4-hour zone perfectly, so that's exactly what I was looking for there. Let's tighten that up a little bit more. There, and there. And then, yeah, once we get under here, we do have a clean move to the left. 4-hour daily, everything's weekly, everything is clean to the left from here to here. So that should be a nice move if we get there. But that's my plan for sells. And the other move I was kind of looking at, I didn't really break this down on the smaller time frame yet, but kind of be the same trade I took last week. It looks like up here, break a support, sell down there, you got a clean move left and right. And then we kind of mirrored it. So what I'm looking at is if we reject out of here and we start breaking this 4-hour support, we should have a clean move down there, 79 pips. Looking left, we got nothing there to worry about, and this here, nothing to worry about right there. So that should be a nice move. Excuse me, coming down. So 1 hour, let's see what that looks like. We got a little minor support here on the 1 hour. And looks like we're trying to, we got some 1 hour resistance up there. It's also 4-hour wicks. Let's see at the daily. Yeah, no. I'm gonna mark the 1 hour. Because otherwise it'll be a ginormous box, and I don't want a crazy box. So this would be more not so much a longer term play for this zone, but if we get above here, this is kind of lining up at our weekly support, I believe. Kind of where I want us to close above. It's a little higher, but I mean, this is kind of the area, if we're going up, that I would like to see support made to confirm that we are not in this, that we're kind of leaving this weekly bottom of the range that I showed here. So if we start making support up there, that would be okay. We are not, this move down was a fake out, we could say, and we're going to be moving back up into this upper range and out of this range here. So that would be kind of what that zone is going to tell me, but I'm just going to mark it on the hourly for now. Just because I'm not doing anything till tomorrow anyway, but just so we know that there is something there. So this is going to be an area of interest. But then, yeah, once we get under here, that is our our break of our 4-hour support. So we made a high, made support kind of on top of this range here, and then we pushed above. But this is just the start of the week. So my expectation is this is just a weekly top wick. We're going to make resistance. We're going to need a bearish weekly close at the end of the week for sure to, if we're going any lower, as well as this candle to flip midweek and start moving down. And then daily, we need to close underneath on the daily, and then as well on the daily, we need to start, if we break this low, now we're kind of breaking that daily bullish structure as well, and pushing down, have a nice move in here as well. Short term for like Asian or London, not really anything for me. Usually Monday is just my information day. So Mondays usually I just kind of, unless it's like an absolutely perfect setup with good volume, I might take it, but usually Mondays I sit out and I just let the levels kind of create themselves on the 1 hour, 4 hour, see how the dailies close to start the week. And then I kind of know like, okay, so this is an important level for the week, or this isn't really an important level for the week. Then I can kind of judge, make better decisions throughout the rest of the week. But that's pretty much what I'm looking at is if we're going up, we should not be breaking this here. And we should, I preferably be staying above here, maybe in this range and then moving up. And if we're coming down, we should see a break here and push back to here. And then as well, Monday should close bearish and back underneath our level. We're only 4 hours into the daily, so and we don't have a bottom wick yet, so I'm expecting a move up, and this daily closed underneath for me. So we'll see what happens there, I guess, but that's what I'm looking for is sells for the week, depending on how we react up here. If we stay above, probably end up looking for buys. So if our dailies close above, then we'll look for buys up to here. If not, like I would like it to, I'd like to continue down. Then sells once we have some good resistance created, which could get created right there. Looking at the 4 hour, we got all of this here and this here, and now we got this range here. So I'd expect a good range in this area if we stay here, and then if we break the lows, start moving down nicely. So that's pretty much my weekly outlook. On Wednesday, or yeah, probably Wednesday, I'm going to either upload a video or go live again for another, whatever, what has it been? I don't even know how long it's been, 10, 15 minutes or so. There we go, 15 minutes. And just kind of update the levels. And if the plan is bullish, then we should have a really good idea on Wednesday where we're going. If we're going bearish, then we should have a good idea that we're going bearish as well. That is what I am looking at. And we'll see what happens. But everyone that showed up, appreciate it. I don't even know if we'd get anybody, but cool to see that some people are still on this channel. And maybe one day live streams will come back regularly for Asian. Only thing is I don't trade Asian anymore because there's just the way I trade, there's not enough volume. So, but we'll see. Otherwise, have a good week and take good trades. If you can get 2 or 3 good trades for the week, I think a pretty good week.